Oh, we are on. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
You thought you were here to watch Super Adventure Island 2, but actually we're just watching the casino game. No, we're just setting up. So, yeah, this is Super Adventure Island 2. This is probably not like any other Super Adventure Island game or normal Adventure Island game you've seen. And we've proved I should not be trusted to place bets on races now.
Yeah, I've lost both of my my races thus far.
All right, I've reset and I'm getting ready to go here. This game, I think we've described this as a sort of, it's like almost a spiritual successor to Zelda 2 in the way it's laid out. It's like a mini Metroidvania-esque kind of game, the way it's set up.
Yeah, this is definitely Zelda 2, the sequel.
Definitely. So, we're on the Japanese cart because it is literally minutes faster in text speed. The gameplay is otherwise the same as your US cart, except we don't get to hear, "This is Adventure Island 2" on the title screen. And if you think I'm joking, no, it actually says that.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that, we should actually say hi. Hi, I'm Mr. Cab.
Hi, I'm Papot.1.
Papot.'s actually good at this game. I just pretend to be good at this game.
I'm okay at this game when I remember to, get the things and not miss them.
In that sort of Metroidvania vein, we will hope that neither of us forget any items.
Yep.
So, are you ready, sir?
I am ready. I've got my cursor selected on file 3, and I'm ready to go anytime that you are.
Okay. Should I count us down then?
Sure.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, we're fine. I hit a B button, but we're fine. We're in. I'm talking to the king.
Okay, we're talking to the king. Why are we talking to the king? I think we want that 100 coins, right?
Yeah, so talking to the king does two things for us. First, at the end of the conversation here, he gives us 100 coins, and those 100 coins coincidentally happen to be exactly enough money for the whole game. You need to buy one upgrade, and that's all it costs. Secondly, we can't leave this room until you talk to the king. Literally, like, you try to exit and the door is locked. So
God, yeah. That's the real reason we talk to the king.
Yeah, can't escape even if you wanted to.
So we're hugging this island on the overworld here because hugging the first island, I've got a map open, Poka Poka. There's no encounters. There's no random encounters on the overworld map that way. From there, we actually start playing a video game, right?
Yeah.
Papot's probably moving faster than me and not getting hit by going through the enemy iframes and all that other good stuff.
I've gotten hit twice thus far.
I got hit 3 times. Oh,
right,
man.
we got the punch jump through the third one, so we're all right.
Oh, I'm gonna take a death. This is gonna be terrible.
Alright, so some movement tech in this game. You don't want to run up or down slopes if you have the ability to jump over them. Your horizontal movement gets kind of divided into the vertical component while on a slope. So making sure that you jump up and down is pretty important.
Yep. I'm just moving too slow because I've taken too many hits. We've gotten a sword now, which is actually good for our attack power in general, range, and all that other good stuff. Also, it can break that rock, which I think is the actual reason we get that sword. Are you doing the fish skip?
I'm standing right in front of the fish right now. I'm waiting for him to jump. He's not. There he goes. All right, we got it.
Nice. So Papata just skipped all the stuff you're watching me do right now. There's a little bit of an RNG factor there with like waiting for that fish to jump. It's a really tight window.
Yeah, it's a very small frame window that you have to actually get the hit and get damage boosted up, because you have to kind of delay your damage by hitting him at a certain time. So like you hit him the same frame that you would normally take damage, and it delays your your hit stun.
So he came up, I think, like halfway through this screen that I just got to. Right there where that vine was, which saves a decent chunk of time.
Yeah, it's a decent time save as long as the fish decides to jump within a reasonable time frame. which the fish can just not decide to jump ever if he, if he feels like it.
This is not Whipsy Woods. You're done already, aren't you?
Yes, I have finished with Wispy Woods 2.
Alright, so you should probably talk about whatever it is on the screen for you right now.
Yeah. So we're making sure that we go to equipment by pressing up, also known as equipment. And we're using the lightning stone here on the lightning gate in order to unlock the next part of the map. So that's kind of where like each boss has its own key for the next area to get to. And it's a matter of like getting all these keys to unlock more parts of the map and therefore be able to get to the last island. Got the mini boss here who is only able to be hit in his face. And we've seen one random encounter thus far.
6 seconds.
Yeah, 6 seconds per random encounter. Always go left. It's always easier to go left than it is to go right.
There's often fewer enemies on the left side of the screen, so that's, I think it's the same distance, but just that enemy count.
Yeah, it's the same distance either way, just the enemies tend to not be in your way going left. Alright, so we go through 2 gates here. And we're gonna go around the side of this ice island here. You'd think that, like, we unlocked the gate for this lava island, why don't you just go inside? You can't go inside yet. It requires an item that we don't have to get past its front gate, its front door. And so we have to go around and get another item. But the item that we're going to get is the ice bell, which lets us into the ice island here. In order to get the ice bell, we have to go into this area in order to spend our 100 coins. Talking to this old man teaches us to push blocks.
100 coins for that lesson to put your hips into it.
Yeah. I know Metasigma would say he teaches us how to push old ladies to the ground.
I thought he taught us how to flex.
He does that too. But yeah, so now that we know how to push blocks, we're gonna head back over to the other entrance over here, which will let us get the ice bell to get into Haya Haya, the ice island. And I'm having very bad encounter luck, but that's alright.
I think I've gotten a handful here. The one other thing about the old man here is, like, a lot of the text in this game, you hold A and you just kind of tap B to make it go by, and that will actually advance it. It'll make it go fast. But if you're mashing B on that, you'll actually forget to... You'll basically say, no, I don't want to learn how to push rocks. And then you'll get to the next area and be very confused.
I hold B and mash A for the text cutscenes.
That's a good way to
I think it works the same way.
Probably.
Alright. So now we're entering Haya Haya. We're going to use our ice bell here, and we're going to have the most important cutscene in the game.
It's true.
In English, this cutscene says, "The ice giant cometh and breaketh, openeth the dooreth."
That is actually what it says.
Literally, word for word. It's the only cutscene that uses it like language like that, which is unfortunate, but
it's true, because like the next one it says the volcano blew open the door. It's like you could have like gone with that again. It would have been amazing. I got some bad encounter luck here, but I'm there.
Alright, we got the fire sword.
It's equipment because it's one input fewer to go up than down to reach the equipment menu.
Yes.
So I've been getting good bunny boosts all week, so I'm assuming I'm going to have the worst bunny boost luck ever right now. Papat already probably got up to that fire sword by using snowball from the bunny.
Yeah, I missed the first bunny boost. I had to redo it, but it's all right. We're traveling our way up Haya here. Need the fire sword to get past the second room of Haya. There's that ice block that won't.
The one I just smashed there.
Yeah, have to have the fire sword to break that block.
You could have like the end game powerful swords, and they will not break that ice wall. You got to go back to the fire sword to do it. It's the only way.
I don't want to push this. All right. I do want to push this though. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
So are you grabbing the armor?
Yes, I always grab the armor.
Okay. I know some of the top runs at this point are like trying to skip that armor. It's like a couple of seconds for not getting it, but the safety is pretty strong.
I think it evens out to the like. Oops. I jumped into a spike and died. I think it evens out.
Oh, no.
Overall, based off of the strats that you can go for in some of the middle islands, just with saving a little bit extra health.
Yeah. I think we get 2 suits of armor across the run.
Yes.
And I think maybe 5 weapons.
Silver sword, fire sword, ice sword, thunder sword, axe, power sword, and the shovel, if you count the shovel as a weapon, which the game calls a weapon.
It's a weapon. I'm told some people know how to kill the final boss with it. Was that an SGDQ incentive when we were there?
I put it in as an incentive, but it also takes a million years, so I'm not surprised they didn't take it.
Fair.
Because you have to hit the bosses 100 times each phase.
But it can be done.
Yes.
The most important part of this second loop through Haya is to hit the switch again. We basically went through it once to hit the switch so we can actually push this block, which will fall through the floor so we can actually access the boss. But we also want to make sure we hit it again because there's, you might have noticed from the first island too, these sort of like crystal switch type things either turn these blocks on or off, at which point we can go through them. There's a spot later in the game where we want the star blocks on.
Yeah, it saves a little bit of time to have them on, saves some health as well. So, just convenient to have them on.
Health drops.
Alright, fighting the mammoth. Stabbing him in the eyes. Also getting hit. So like Mammoth has 2 phases: where he's frozen in ice, where it takes 5 hits to unthaw him, and then the phase where he charges at you. You want to sort of be at a distance and continue to slash, where you can hit him in the eyes, but also keep hitting his trunk, because hitting his trunk shrinks it back into him, so it's not as far out, gives you more time and opportunities to get hits in on him.
Yep. Being able to, especially with the fire armor, it's pretty easy to just tank the mammoth and just go in there and take care of business. For this next part, we're doing a little more overworld exploration to get that island so we can actually go into the volcano. It's actually somewhat important during this section that we don't take a lot of damage. The next island starts with a nice big old damage boost.
Yeah, lots of damage boosts to start the next one.
Oh yeah. Which is also the primary reason, you know, sometimes you see a speedrun and they just never get a health upgrade because, well, we're going to be good and just not take damage and not need the extra health because it takes time to get the health. We actually need roughly this much health.
Yeah, there's another half a heart that we're going to get. It's convenient to get it, and it refills it so we can continue to do more damage boosts. It ends up saving a bit to, like, overall, to get the 1 extra half heart.
Yeah. It's useful for damage boost later, like you're saying. It's also a convenient health refill
Yes.
for this next section, because we're going to basically take a lot of damage, go through this next section, and then say, oh no, all of our health is gone. Now what do we do?
Yeah.
And yeah, once you get a health upgrade, you get all of your hit points back. On to Boa Boa Island.
Using the sun ring right now.
You're like a couple seconds ahead of me. Now I used it.
Yep. Volcano erupted and blew open the gate. Just really boring English cutscene.
Yeah, it's like they used everything they had on the ice giant, and after that, it was just like, eh.
Yeah.
Some damage boosting here. Making it across, trying not to die.
Skip that other section. I'm gonna get this full health refill just because it's there. Full health drop.
Nice. I'm gonna use magic here. We picked up the magic wand in that last section. You might have noticed that there's this new meter on the top right of our screens. And that's also what the green drops that we've been picking up that don't do anything refill. So this island, obviously it's a fire-based sort of place. And ice weapons would be nice to have, you know. So we're gonna go get one. And it's gonna take us 2 minutes to take this little shortcut between islands. I think every island has a little passageway to its neighboring islands.
Yes.
And I think it takes, what, like 1 or 2 minutes to get this ice sword off of the first island of the game.
Yeah, you have
and
to...
it ends up saving like 8.
Yeah, it saves like 8 minutes because on the next boss fight alone.
I think
from the
it's
number
like
of
7
cycles.
on the next boss, and then 1 more on the next mid-boss.
Yeah. It's an insane amount of time saved. Just to come back
Also
and get
then-
this ice sword.
Papat is also going to go into this door here that you saw me go into on the first trip through. Just because that sets up a checkpoint for later. Those little hot springs that have been giving me back hit points also serve as warp points for later in the game. And we like fast travel.
Yeah. So right now with 2 magic we have 2 spells. The first one is called Feather, and that will take us wherever we're at to the start of a stage, when we're in a stage. And then the second one is Heal. It'll heal about roughly half a heart.
Yeah.
The third magic doesn't matter at all. It's called Time, or on English, Tie. And it stops all regular enemies in their tracks. And then the fourth spell is Wing, which is an island warping spell. It takes us to those hot springs that Cab mentioned. Gonna save quite a bit.
So go figure, Metroidvania-esque game, even if it's kind of a, you know, not the most complex map in the world. It's still fun. We have to do a lot of re-exploration later. Casually, you'll see these like little shrines, and in this run, you'll see them much later. Don't forget to push all the blocks.
I think I've remembered to push all the blocks thus far.
I think I remember the first one. The whole gimmick for this section of the game is we gotta push these 5 switches. We're supposed to be exploring these vertical shafts, looking for those. There's one in the one with the warp that also has the hot spring. And you have to have found the sort of sunblock crystal switch to even get to any of them.
And that unlocks the basement here, which leads us to the boss chamber after we circle around the hot potatoes. And then we're gonna fight the Mega Man 7 turtle. This boss, if you've ever played Mega Man 7, this is the exact same boss. It's the same turtle in both games.
Part of the boss exchange program.
Yep.
Yo. Take an extra hit on the lava and then got a life drop. I'll take it.
Nice.
The Mega Man 7 turtle hits like a truck, but it's fortunately pretty easy to avoid everything for, which means I'm destined to get hit by it a lot now. These cycles, so we're seeing, you can only hit it during the beginning of this, and it's this like 3-phase cycle that does what, like takes 50 some odd seconds, and so it's close to a minute. With the Ice Sword, this is a 3-cycle fight. With the next best weapons you can get, it's like a 10-cycle fight. So that's why we spent 2 minutes to go out of our way and get an Ice Sword.
Yeah, it saves an unbelievable amount of time on just this fight alone.
And then it still saves time on other fights.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the music. This game has great music.
Yeah. Nice. Nice and chill island music all over the place. I know some people who really enjoy the Haya Haya track. What's your favorite track?
I mean, Fua Fua is an easy one. But the steel drums on Puka Puka is pretty good too.
Yeah. Both good choices. I remember to split. Alright, a little bit of story here. So, we're playing as Master Higgins, the main character of the Adventure Island series. And before the game starts, you and your wife Tina are on your honeymoon, and you get caught up in a storm and separated, and you both have amnesia. She washes up on the Castle Island first, and
Waku.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the king of the island finds her, and they fall in love, and they're to be married at some point in the future. I think actually it's like their wedding day when Master Higgins shows up, and then a great giant bird comes down and steals Tina away. The king knows who you are. He's like, Master Higgins, please save my wife and restore peace to the kingdom. And all throughout this story, you're kind of having these dream sequences with Tina back and forth, wondering like, hey, you seem familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on what's going on. And you're sort of both piecing your lost memories together over the course of the game.
The damage I'm taking here so far is actually pretty good. We're gonna get our first of many death warps in a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to take one more hit on the mini boss there, but it's fine. We can make up for it in an encounter.
Oddly, I think the fastest way through this section is to not have any encounters at all, but the odds of that happening are astronomically low.
Yeah, that is correct. No encounters would be fastest, but it's very annoying. And I think if you, like, with the death, there's a path you can take from Waku Waku to Puka Puka that gives you no encounters. And then afterwards, there's a pretty low chance of encounters to Sala Sala. So it ends up working out pretty well to die after getting the shovel.
I almost made it back to the healing spring. I was like thinking about it. Yeah, if you hug the island here, you won't get any encounters. This island's text is pretty boring too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just something about the hurricane blew the rocks away.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got our first shovel use of the run. When you equip the shovel, you can't run anymore, and all of your armor comes off. But fortunately, if you equip another weapon, then your armor gets automatically re-equipped.
There's a hold left island too, Cabby. Come on. We do want to skip on the water, as it were. It's the classic sort of game mechanic where if you jump some early number of frames upon hitting the water, you keep your run's jump speed, which is faster than not doing that.
Yeah.
Swimming is even slower, so we still want to jump even if we lose the run speed.
Yeah, we're
At
gonna.
least swimming is slower for a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna get the aqua armor here pretty shortly. It's gonna change us from Mario into Luigi. And fun fact about Luigi, Luigi swims the same speed that he runs. Or I should say, swims the same speed that he walks. Running is still faster.
I always knew Luigi was the superior plumber.
Yeah.
This is the first, not really the first maze, but it's like definitely, it feels like it sometimes. And you pop out the end of this set of islands, like little whirlpools, and you have your choice of like, which one of these 5 do you want to go on? Here are those star blocks that I said making them solid would be helpful.
Yeah, this is the Death Mountain Island of Zelda 2.
Yeah.
But it's a happy tropical place, so it's Death Mountain in style only.
We're waiting here to actually equip that cool armor that we got that we said is going to be very useful for swimming, just so that we can save a menu. And we're going to get the sword on the screen as well, right after triggering that warp point again for later. What's this one? The coral sword, I think?
You know, you might be right. I've been calling it the Thunder Sword, but it might be the Coral Sword.
It might be the Thunder Sword. It's got the little lightning bolt behind it and everything. Damage boost. These platforms obviously save lots of damage, but they take lots of time. Seagulls hurt for some reason.
Yeah, seagulls hurt quite a bit. Their bombs hurt a little bit less with the aqua armor on. So trying to make sure that you manage your health appropriately here. It's pretty important. All right.
I'm trying to remember that I actually equipped the aqua armor. One other tidbit about the shovel, and I think this goes for more than this point in the game. If you hold down and you turn around, Master Higgins will not actually move horizontally. He'll just turn around.
Yes.
Which can be very useful, especially if you want to like turn around on a dime to be able to dig out the block behind you. It's also worth noting here, as we're kind of backtracking, there are 2 other old man abilities in this game. It's the up stab and the down stab, because like we said, this is Zelda 2. They're not required to beat the game at all. They kind of exist, they're fun, they're useful to get more items. They also cost a lot more money. So we're just going to ignore them.
Yep. Please jump. Okay.
Light sword, the casino. That's true. There is a casino. You saw us kind of messing around there when we were setting up the stream. It's completely random whether or not you win or lose at the casino, and there's a lot of items there that are really good, but they're also really, really expensive, and there's no good way to get the money except by gambling.
Yeah, extremely expensive to buy. So, like, if you want to get the best sword in the game, the light sword, you have to win at slots 2.5 times. You have to win 2 triple sevens, and then a 7/7 bar to be able to buy the light sword. It's insane, and the casino cheats. Who would have thought?
Yeah. There is a life bottle, so you can get another half heart in the bottom right corner of the screen if you're interested in playing this game and you want to just get some more health. It's a nice little safety to have. But yeah, on to an actual boss.
Yeah, it's possible to one cycle the squid, as you might have seen me do just a little bit ago. You can only get 2 hits in per, like, you have to hit the tentacle, and then his shell pops up, and you can do damage to him then. You can hit him twice per time that you do that.
And pretty much every time you hit him, it also like pauses the execution of his pattern.
Yes.
Which is what also makes it possible to get enough hits in to do it. Because if you just sit back, he'll throw all 6 of these orbs in the air that he's trying to throw very quickly.
Yeah, and then he'll spit out his ink, make the water a little bit darker, which theoretically makes it harder to see. It gets to be a little bit harder to see his tentacles, and then it becomes completely black, and you can see the tentacles extremely easily.
Yes. It's unfortunate that this game has like a few like the classic whoops programming quirks in it, because it's otherwise it's such a beautiful game graphically, and just the soundtrack is great.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm in Salasala right now, which is the big desert island. It's got 2 pyramids in it. You have to scale the first one inside, the second one outside, and then go into the basement of the second one.
Everything here on out in the game will hit like a truck.
Yes.
Especially these snakes. Ugh.
Because there's not another like armor upgrade besides the light armor in the casino, everything's gonna deal a lot of damage. So it's nice if we don't take any damage through this the first pyramid here. There's a health fountain we're gonna stop at, like right in the start of the second pyramid, but it's nice to just be able to enter the room and then leave instead of having to heal your health. It's not a huge deal if you have to heal, but just convenient.
And you've probably seen me losing all sorts of time to Popeye healing it. Star block's also important to get this specific magic bottle that I just grabbed, to get that 4th one that lets us use that wing warp around spell. There is another one you can get, it just takes a little bit more time to grab.
Yep. There is another one that would theoretically be faster, if you could consistently do good jumps in Boa Boa. But it's really tough and involves a lot of camera manipulation.
Is that the one that's like under the downstab blocks?
Yes.
Yo, health drop.
So we take a quick little detour here to climb up to the top of the second pyramid, which gives us the axe, which is a very powerful weapon.
I think the axe is as powerful as the last sword we're gonna get. It's just also a thrown weapon.
Yeah.
This game has a lot of thrown weapons we've been skipping over, like daggers on the first island, because we just don't need them. But they are good for ranged attacks.
Yeah. And we're into the mummy. Mummy has sort of 3 phases: the hands phase, the body phase, and the head phase. Have to hit his hands. I think it's 20 times each.
20 or 16? It's some large number.
Yeah.
The actual way the game intends you to hit the switch is to go all the way through that platform room before the mummy. Or you could do what the button I just did. I kind of like Belmont's axe.
Yeah.
What's up, Greed? What's he out there?
Alright. I had a pretty good mummy phase there. The head can go out of control sometimes if it shoots out a little snowflake. That snowflake will chase you around and block all your shots, and then it becomes a nightmare trying to deal damage to the head.
It is so true, which means I'm now destined to see that snowflake. This heal spell is actually not just to heal myself, but to avoid the enemy there. The Mummy's Bandage is the actual final boss of this entire game, I swear.
Okay, we're just gonna do this again. Alright, and so the item that we get from the mummy is the definitely not an ocarina. It's the Elven Flute. And that unlocks a little extra area in each island that gives us a spell, not like a castable spell, but like a spell that once all are collected opens up the door to the last island.
I think in the English card it actually just refers to them as spells.
Yes. The
Mummy head's getting really close to me. I'm not happy about that. It's undead now. Yeah, our goal from here is to, like Papa was saying, go to get these spells, which involves going to like every island and just going these little sections. He's doing Sala Sala first. I'm gonna do Boa Boa first because I'm gonna get an extra magic bottle and hope that helps me a little bit.
Yeah, I just like to do the Sala Sala one first.
I've been doing it first too, but.
Yeah, but the convenient thing is we get to take this little shortcut path between the two islands. Again, so we didn't get to the hot spring of Haya Haya, the ice island here, because it's extremely far out of the way. You have to push one of the like crystal blocks all the way to the right and then all the way to the left in order to get access to it. So instead we just take this path in between the two islands. In order to get to the star spell, and then death warp out, so we can wing to our next island.
Lots of death warping here. The fifth magic ball is kind of nice because you might be able to escape the island and just warp without having to death warp, but you also have to get lucky early enough that you didn't already start taking damage.
Yeah. I think the 5 magic route would save a little bit of time in Boa Boa specifically. If you could get a full magic drop early, like in the first 5 or 6 enemies that you kill before you start taking damage.
I think I had like 3 or 4 small magic drops, but no large ones.
Bubble riding.
That's another room where having the extra hearts helps out. It's faster to run across the spikes than ride in the bubbles, but the spikes also do a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's almost a full heart of damage each time you get hit by a spike there. Go in the door, thank you.
Taking little bits of damage is not a problem. It's almost expected even.
Yep.
Now, your iframes don't actually start ticking down until you touch the ground, so...
Yeah, you can kind of abuse the fact that you are in iframes for longer, like in descending parts of stages, kind of like this part of Boa Boa. You can kind of bounce off the fire and then get a little bit further down.
The good news is I got a magic drop. The bad news is I have like no health left. The good news is I have all my health now.
Nice.
Shouts to drops. The bad news is I actually like missed the jump to get to the shortcut between islands.
Oops.
So I'm riding platforms to get there.
Oops.
So yeah, that's why it's good to be able to make those jumps. Rip my time.
Alright, I'm going back into Poka Poka now, which is the 5th spell. You always want to make sure you go into Poka Poka last because it's the closest to the last island. And you do have to ride your raft over there. You can't just wing in.
All these little shrines where we've been using... What is it? The Elven Flute?
The Elven Flute. The definitely not an ocarina.
Yep. When you're first playing the game, you like will probably find those, and you'll be like, "What are these little like rooms that don't do anything? I don't understand." And yeah, this is the only point in the time where it actually becomes somewhat clear what you're supposed to do with them.
Alright, and now I am praying for a magic drop, because I only have 4 magic, and I need to wing out of the stage. Alright, we got a full magic drop, so I don't have to worry about it.
Nice.
I just forget to do the menu at the same time, but it's fine.
We were talking about favorite tracks earlier, but because the question's out there in chat, I do love the steel drums on the island I'm on right now. I don't know. I'm guessing Papat's music is playing though, and if he's getting to Fua Fua, that is like easily some of the best music on the SNES.
Yeah, I'm currently in Fua Fua, and it is an excellent track for sure. The first couple screens involve a lot of the like fast water jumps, fast skipping, and then there's these sections with the growing pumpkins. You have to stand on the leaf, and there's like a little tiny mini cutscene that plays showing you the pumpkins growing. Can't progress through the screen without at least putting some of the pumpkins up, depending on the path that you choose. Respawn that guy.
Music is half of any game's soul, and this game is strong.
Alright, got the bubble cycle, so now we just have to squeeze. Everybody get ready. Squeeze! Alright, we made it.
Nice. What's the secret to a successful squeeze? He asked, because he totally needs to learn how to do it himself.
You just gotta squeeze IRL.
Okay.
over the last 4 Tails enemies. A little more use of shovel.
Just instinctively stop to try and pick up a magic bottle, then realized, wait, I have a 5th magic bottle?
We got the power sword, and we're going into our final bosses here.
Power sword is actually required to get rid of that gray block in the way there. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them in the entire game, and they're all on Fua Fua.
Yep.
What's up, Fly?
Alright, we got 9 hits on the first swoop of the eagle. Eagle's one of the hardest fights, like, to do fast. Like, doing it, like, just normally is fine, but, like, actually trying to get a lot of hits in.
I'd say even trying to do it normally is, like, not trivial.
I almost 2-cycled the eagle right there. I think I'm, like, 2 hits away.
Let's fall down. All the enemies on Fua Fua are, like, mostly enemies you've already seen.
3 hits away.
But they all hit a lot harder.
Yep. Alright. And then we get a little break here for our cutscene.
How much time do you save by being on the English cart? Or on the Japanese cart?
You save like 2 minutes, 2 to 2.5 minutes from being on the Japanese cart versus the English cart here.
I'm gonna go the long way because I have 1 heart here.
Storm Eagle and Dynablade both mentioned in chat. I end up calling this boss Storm Dynablade, so you're both correct.
It's definitely a Storm Eagle type situation. Dynablade, yeah. It's been a long time since I played Kirby Super Star to that extent. Alright, you said the secret is to squeeze IRL, right?
Yes.
Okay. We want to get in this bubble and fit underneath the tails. I didn't squeeze.
Didn't squeeze? Dang.
I thought I squeezed. And the game was like, no.
Alright, so had my last cutscene there before going into the boss. So we fight the eagle at the top of Fua Fua, and then have the cutscene play, and then leave Fua Fua, go talk to the innkeeper on the main island who tells us that the king has been captured as well. And then we warp ourselves back up to Fua Fua.
I got hit by one of the tails on the power sword screen, so go, go, go.
Legend tells of a sky bell that leads you to the heavens. Take it from me. I read it in the Inquirer.
Actual line from the English cart.
The Inquirer exists in the Adventure Island series. It's canon. Alright, so we got our boss gauntlet here at the end. We've got the Phantom, who then splits into 2. Becomes the Mage Phantom and Swooping Phantom, as I call them. As long as you fight the first 2 phases of Phantom the same way, then Swooping Phantom will not be a scumbag and shoot out fireballs. Which makes that... Yeah, it makes that part of the fight extremely harder.
Fireballs are just evil in that second half of the fight.
So we got warped to the heavens, but where are we really? Giant eyeball?
The obligatory giant eyeball.
And we're on the moon! Palace on the moon. Fighting a space alien scorpion.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The hold down trick is really handy for this boss, because you don't move side to side, but you do want to hit both arms as you're jumping up and slashing each time.
It's true. If you have down stab, I don't think you can actually use that strat there.
You cannot, no. It'd be better to use up stab at that point.
Is this Krako's cousin? It might be. Krako doesn't have, like, claws, though.
Alright, time.
Nice. Good job. 48 something.
Yeah. Not too bad. It's like, that was in between my two practice runs. One of them was a 52, one was a 46, so yeah, this is like right in the middle.
Alright, if the race is over, I'm going to use the heal here. I'm actually having a pretty good eagle fight, if only I didn't take a death on the Supreme with the Power Sword.
Ah, man.
I say that and I get one hit on dive.
Tails be doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, just everything on this island just hurts. And for the last phase of the fight, it's just dives like crazy. And that's all it does. Once it's out of eggs.
Just the endless swoop. I'd also like to point out that Tina's hair in all of the Adventure Island games, canonically brown, in every other cutscene in this game, and as her sprite, it is brown. For whatever reason, in this cutscene and this cutscene alone, her hair is blonde. I have no clue why.
This works out because I'm actually in the mage cutscene where we also see Tina. So the white dress turned blue by the ending. It's still a good game.
Very good game. Very enjoyable.
When I've gotten this cart in the past, I don't know, it's just been like eBay and Amazon. Nothing special. But yeah, get this game, play this game. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was on the moon.
We were shaded by the moon.
I've never heard that bum before. Apparently the game thought I was trying to use magic while talking to the innkeeper.
Oh. Yeah, I try to go for that. You can actually get two honks on the innkeeper. One before he starts talking and one after.
Today I learned. That's the best part of SNES Super Stars. We learn all these things about great games.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to actually do this fight with a shovel.
I wouldn't recommend it normally.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can do phase 1 with shovel, but phase 2 you have to use your fists on. Every time that the Mage Phantom swaps sides from right to left or left to right, it regains all of its health. So you have to get all 100 hits on that phase before it teleports to the other side, or you have to get the 100 hits again.
Whoa.
which is possible to do with your fists.
I think we mentioned it at some point earlier. Like the text in this game, you will just get a slight difference. This game's gonna kill me again.
Don't die.
I'm gonna die.
Use your
I'm
heal
not
if you
gonna
have
die.
to.
I don't have one.
You're gonna make it, I believe.
Okay, we'll try. Yeah, the actual gameplay is the same, so if you have the English cart, you can still basically do the run. The RTA will just be a couple of minutes slower, but oh well. 2, 3. This time it comes up.
Yeah, the Scorpion cycles, you can get 3 hits on the first 2, and then 7, and then it alternates 3 and 7. Between each, like, time that he comes down to either come down to slash at you or fires off his energy balls.
Oh. Playing it a little safe here. I think it's also been said, like, you can use the axe at this point because it's as powerful as the sword, but, like, its tail will block a lot of shots, too. You can kind of see, like, the whole game slows down for a second every time I hit it. You can get a couple of extra hits in. But I was also, that's time. 55 minutes, how about that?
Perfect.
Mr. Cat 55 gets a 55 even. I love it.
It's like it was planned.
Definitely planned with all those like deaths and slowdowns in the exact right spots. Yes. Is this Shadowkeeper from Terra Enigma? I mean, we have the Mega Man 7 turtle and we have Whipsy Woods. It would make sense if we had another boss. And we have Dynablade.
The game that it's on a lot of boss exchange programs. GG, Cat.
Oh, thanks, Papa. GG. Thank you for the race.
Thank you. I had fun.
Yeah, thanks to SpeedGaming for letting us do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoutouts
Hey,
to
Papa.
everyone who's been doing stuff with it. All the restreamers and volunteers and such.
Oh yeah. Love the volunteers here. So what are we playing next?
Well, let me just check the schedule real quick. Let's see. It looks like there's am I saying this correctly? Is it Gnat Attack by Mr. Cab 55?
I know that guy.